Good evening, ladies and gents. Welcome to another scene for Changeling the Dreaming. This scene takes place in the bar of Terry Waters, and a figure walks in. In reality, he looks like just sort of like a kind of early 20s man. There's a vaguely sort of like stalk to the way he walks, but in his seeming, he has much more elfin features and is wearing a cloak with a. He's not actually wearing a sword and dagger, but his dagger concealed, and has broken, burned, and ripped wings coming off his back. Very much look like fairy wings that have been damaged. And he walks in and looks around. He's heard that this is a place where changelings go, and he's a Pisky. He likes meeting new people and going to new places. So he sits at the bar and basically will wait and look around to see if he sees any Fae.
I'm not quite sure how many there would be right now in the bar. But yeah, like behind the bar, kind of slouching, smoking a cigarette is Terry, who's well, Femin is basically the other snout, the whiskers. There's a tail behind her, and yeah. Um, Actually, I don't think she will recognize Ryder from the tournament because wasn't he like disguised?
No, but he got demasked at the end of it.
Mm. Okay, so Terry will look up. Will place the cigarette like in the corner of her mouth and walk up. What you having?
Ryder turns, cocks his head. What do you recommend?
Coffee.
Hmm, this time of night, I'll be way past my bedtime.
It's the best time for coffee.
Well, okay then. A coffee.
I don't serve coffee.
He smiles. Well, if you don't serve coffee, I guess I'll have a beer.
Which type?
Something hipster and hoppy, please.
Sure. And Terry will turn around to the bar. This is a dive bar, so there's lots of beers kind of on display. And she'll check and comes up with like two bottles. Says these are both IPAs. This one, however, has some whiskey flavor in it. That's kind of my favorite, but you need to like whiskey as well, else there's no real point in it. Has to do with the way it's been brewed. They've added or they've poured it in like the vats in which they used to pour whiskey. Kind of a unique, I don't know, dark flavor to it. The other one is more fruity. Actually comes from New Zealand, and you can really taste the grapefruit in it, but it's also almost minty.
I really don't care. Just one of those.
Sure, and she'll just actually holds them behind her back, and so you can hear the glass kind of tinkling against each other as she switches them around, and grabs one of them, pours them into a glass, and hands them over. There you go.
He'll take a sip. This your place?
No,
He can see the like animal features right in the Fey.
oh yeah, totally. Besides, Terry made themselves pretty well known at the tournament, so I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure you know it's Pookah.
Well, I will just say a statement then. I wonder who place this belongs to.
Oh, right. Yeah, this is mine.
Gotcha. He'll lean in conspiratorially and say, "I'm just getting used to the whole Pookah thing."
It happens to the best of us. I needed to get used to it as well.
So, this
So,
place looks nice.
yeah, it's like I said, it's my place. Of course, it looks nice. One of the
Despite,
best bars here in the Bronx.
I mean, is that saying much? The Bronx. It's not exactly party central, is it?
The Bronx is whatever you make it to be.
Fair enough then.
Weren't you the dude from the, the games? Did I see you there?
I mean, I watched from the Noble Pavilion.
Mm-hmm.
You must be mistaking me with the Laughing Dragon.
Must be. I don't even know who the fuck the Laughing Dragon is, so.
Me either. Some stupid Pisky that was just trying to bring some drama and bring some dreaming to the event.
Okay.
What did you think of the guy who fought in the second round?
Which one of them?
Large troll, sheeplate. Didn't participate in any of the other rounds or any of the fights, in fact.
I mean, he seems a bit dull.
Well, I win then. No one's ever accused me of being dull. So, okay. I think I remember you from the tournament too. You used the crossbow with your feet or something?
I would never do such a thing. So ordinary.
Yeah,
I
so
like to
basic.
go about it with a little bit of style, you know?
Yeah. So, tell me about
No.
yourself. I'm here to meet new people. I'm new in the city. Tell me what's been going on.
Dude, I'm not new to the city, but I'm new to this all. As she kind of points towards Ryder and then back to herself. And kind of, swaps her tail around. So I don't think I have much to share. How about you then? Why you come to the city?
I used to live in Jersey.
I just been there, actually, this afternoon.
Oh, really? Why?
Yeah. There was some sort of a protest.
I'm not even gonna roll. There's a kind of like amused smile across Ryder's face. Really? About what? It's fairly obvious that he at least knows something about it.
Well, apparently there was a dragon that torched some of the buildings, and the nobles decided to hold a peaceful conference and protest against Dragon's Fire.
I need to get used to this. It's like the opposite of Jeopardy. Oh, yes, a peaceful protest. That's what I'd heard. Although I had heard that it was commoners protesting hunting commoners or something. Or in fact,
Oh,
no, not all
that might have
hunting.
been it as well. I don't know.
Yeah.
I was mostly curious.
I do hope it went well. Nobody died.
It was a massacre, quite certainly.
Oh,
Body
good.
parts flying around, disembowelment. Um, you know, I saw one of the sheep collecting ears of redcaps.
Sounds about right. Can't trust those she. Well, some of them are alright. Some of them are awful hypocrites, though. I heard it was a Gwydion. Aren't they meant to be the noblest of them all?
So I've heard. And Terry, I mean, I don't want to do really roles, but so for a moment when you mention Gwydions, Terry looks kind of, her eyes go a bit darker. I mean, I'm pretty sure that they have this brilliant facade, but there might be much going on behind that mask.
See, I had a theory. I had a theory that they're full of shit. They pose as the nobles and the righteous simply because it means they won't lose their power. It justifies them.
Hmm.
But I believe, behind the scenes, they're the biggest hypocrites of them all. Now, some of the unseelie houses, Baelor, Aeliel, people say that they're evil. I think they're just not hypocrites. When you ask a Baelor why he deserves power, he punches your teeth out and says that's why.
Probably not someone that I would drink coffee with then.
Oh no, but you've got to respect the honesty. Whereas if you ask a Fiona or a Gwydion, you'll get some high and mighty answer about the dreaming, and we deserve it, and we know what's best for Fey kind. And all the while, we have to call them Sir. Yeah.
Well, as a Pookah, I must say that honesty is indeed something that is that should be very valued.
I mean, I'm all for. I mean, there's honesty and there's lying. I lie all the time, but I never pretend that I'm not a liar.
Hmm? So, why the theory then? What's that about?
Ryder takes a drink, puts it down, and says, maybe I've experienced some House Gwydion brutality firsthand. And he takes a drink again, and while he does this, his crippled wings kind of it's almost like if they could flap, they would, but they're so broken, it's more just kind of like a shiver.
Hmm. Interesting.
And you think that they may be hiding behind a mask as well. But you're in the Bronx. This is Sealy Heartland.
Look, this is my place. This is my bar. This is my house. This is my home. Just because now I find myself in a different society with different rules and guidelines and sets and princes and queens and nobles and commoners. That does not mean that I will give up my place.
I commend that. That said, nice place you've got here, but I don't see any bouncers at the door.
No, he's taking his break.
And how would the bouncers fare if all of a sudden some Gwydion thugs, trolls, and she, most likely, turned up? I think you could do with some better protection. I'm angling for a job.
Oh, really?
Hmm. Like I said, I'm a dishonest man, but I'll be honest about being dishonest. I'm not going to pretend I'm doing you a favor. Of course, I want something in return.
Hey, that's fine.
But it
I
would be
mean,
worth it. I promise.
my bouncer is, as far as I know, a regular human being. I could use someone with some extra vision. And it seems we're, in some ways, perhaps like-minded.
Give me 1 second. Sorry. Very quick.
Hmm?
He will just say under his breath, changed is good, glamour is free, honor is a lie, passion before duty. Which is the Unseelie code.
There's just a crooked smile on Terry's face as she lights another cigarette and offers Ryder one.
He'll take it.
And, lighter, lights both.
I've been meeting lots of Fae in the city. My kith, the Piskies. There's not many of us, but we like to travel around, like to meet new people. There's a certain amount of wonder in it. I've not met many Unseelies yet. Manhattan has some, but the rest of the place seems to be packed with do-gooders.
Mm.
Do you know I offered my services to the Fae of Queens? Apparently they've got a war and they're being attacked on all fronts. I offered my services. I said, you pay me a stipend of dross and I'll fight for you. And they refuse. They seem to expect me to do it for free out of a sense of duty or honor.
Yet at the same time, they're demanding taxes. How are
Exactly.
you going to find those if they don't pay you?
Exactly. So I asked some of them why they defend Queens, and they said, well, it's where I live. And I said, well, I don't live there. And I have a motivation. I don't see what I'm doing so wrong.
Yeah.
But anyway,
So what is it that you want in return?
place to hang out would be nice. I mean, a doorman's salary, I could probably accept a bit less. You don't have any spare dross, do you?
Dude, didn't you hear me say I'm brand new? At
Yes.
this point, I
That's
have a
fair.
drunk old dude that's paying my dross until next month, and I have to do it myself.
Hmm. Okay, how about this? I'm a part-time promoter. Promote DJs and things like that. If I could put on sets here a couple of times a week, how'd you feel about
Terry will point to the tiny stage, like basically a one or two person people there stage. But it has some decent equipment standing in the corner. To say, well, Thursday nights is usually when I grab my guitar. But other than that, pick a night and it's yours. As far as any kind of meetings here, this place is free. I don't care if anyone does their job here as long as I can do my job here.
that? Cool. How do you feel about? And he just kind of like rubs his nose. I got a bit of a sideline going. Club kids love it.
Hmm. I am not at all interested. I am clean as a whistle.
He squints again and says, "Ah,
But if you're looking to sell some of the stuff, well, I might know a few people who come here regularly that you can sell to or from.
Sounds cool.
I'll introduce you to Philippa.
And
She,
very discreet.
Philippa is my regular bouncer. Does a little bit of extra on the side as well. You might like her.
Sounds good.
And of course, you can, you know, if you work here, drinks for free. And not just while you're working.
Awesome. And in return, I'll work 4 nights a week. Sound good?
Sure, yeah.
You can choose. I can do weekends. And if you have any trouble, you can get with our kind. Give me a call and I'll turn up. And maybe you saw the first round of the tournaments, but if somebody's acting out of order, I can should be able to take care of them.
Mm. Well, that sounds like a good deal. And Terry will spit in their hands, kind of slap them together, puts it against their nose, spit in it again, and hold out her hand. I mean, you're pretty sure that was a bunk.
Ryder thinks for a few moments. What if we're going to get all official?
Mm-hmm.
4 nights a week. People turn up here giving you trouble. I intercede. Within reason.
Of course. Twice a week. I'll call you if people show up. I'll pay you standard wage for bouncer. Any tips are shared between all of us. So you'll get your share of the tips. Drinks from the house. And you can use the stage on basically any night you want except Thursday if no one else is having it. And all in, like, you know.
You'll let me have my sideline in here.
Yes.
I'm feeling super generous. I'll give you 25%.
Sure.
Good stuff.
And, you know, Terry still has their hand open.
And Ryder will take it and shake.
Now I do need to make a roll. God damn it. Contracts. Changing dice roller. I hadn't set up yet. Fuck setting up. So R. That is Fey and contract. Well, there's one success. I think.
Let me look.
Well, there's a 4, 3, 4, and 7. So I think the 7 should be a success.
It's
Unless
normally
it's
diff 8, but I think you did do a bunk, so
I did do a bunk.
it will be at least one. Cool.
Okay.
Ryder can nod.
So yeah, you feel the power of the dreaming tying around this deal.
I gotta learn that.
Yeah. if you want to. As soon as I know how this shit works exactly, I don't mind trying to teach you. So, what do you know of the Gwydions in the city? As Terry is pouring another beer for Ryder, and one for themselves as well.
Now that we're best of friends.
Oh.
He does say that very kind of like sarcastically.
Mm-hmm. Terry will fan themselves with the free hand.
Or at least business partners of some description. I think they're scum.
Mm-hmm.
There's one Lord, Lord Templeton. He's trying to kill me twice now. Fail. 3 times if you count the tournament, but I don't really count that.
Mm.
Aside from that, I know there's this rumor going around about a certain one over the water. Apparently, the one that the protest was about.
Yeah,
And
that rumor seems to be nothing but a rumor, apparently.
oh,
So I've heard. Or at least that's what he keeps shouting, and I think at this point they're kind of at a stalemate with that.
I mean, they would shout that, wouldn't they?
Fair enough. Look, I don't give a fuck about them. But I have. And she'll actually, at this point, seriously will look around to see if anyone hears and just leans a slightly bit further over to Ryder. A friend of mine got shot. People with golden skin. One of the leads I had told me that apparently House Gwydion had something to do with it. I'm getting to the bottom of that.
Hmm. Well, again, you need a able hand. I'm always happy to hunt Gwyddy and scum. In fact, I'll tell you what. Some point in the future, you teach me that fancy handshake malarkey. I'll give you a hand.
Deal.
Also, you do me one small other favor. If it ever
Depends.
does come up, maybe you voice the opinion that Sir Danger maybe you think the rumors are true. No, it doesn't matter what you think in private company, of course, but he's good in.
I'll think about it. I don't need to get a whole house against me for repeating a rumor I've heard. Especially not if I'm trying to find out what this house is about and what they do behind closed walls
I got you.
or windows.
That's fair enough. I respect that. Playing it smart. So, what exactly do you know?
Well, Finn was a troll. Oh wait, that was a question. Goddamn. You know what? I'm fucking gonna roll willpower to actually be truthful at this point. Because
Honestly, I just need to learn how to talk to Piskies.
Pookahs.
Pookahs, yeah. The creatures you are. Wow.
Yes. But this is very important to Terry, so it's worth testing themselves to try and be honest. So you see Terry clench their jaws for a moment and focusing, and then says, Finn was a troll. I didn't know he was one. I lived in with him. He was an old dude, funny guy, but heart of gold, you know? Nothing bad. Nor the damn fly. But a bit too big a mouth from time to time. So we were at the harbor. He tried to fish. There were two persons coming up to us, trying to get us into trouble. So we were like, we're leaving. And it ended in a conversation between them and Finn. They pulled out a gun. They shot him. Finn tried to protect me by pushing me into the water. It's when I became my lovely self. These two guys had gold-colored skin. Saw that when I climbed out of the water and they ran away.
Well, I don't understand the significance of gold color skin.
Neither do I. I have never encountered one like that. No one of us. So I don't know if there is a significance to it, except that it is a very outstanding feature.
Hmm.
Going through his stuff, I found that Finn had been dealing with, stuff like trying to give the commoners more things to do, more rights, basically. Basically doing things against nobles. I went to one of his contacts and they said that it was probably, well, that he was acting against House Gwydion and that it was very likely that they were behind the attack. They had spoken to someone of the guard. They thought they could trust her. And a few days later, that happened with my friends. So most likely they spilled the guts. That's for now all I know.
Hmm.
Ain't much to go on.
There's something.
Exactly.
Maybe you could speak to a seer of some kind. You still got
Yeah.
any of this guy's possessions?
I've got enough, but the thing is, can't really walk up to someone and be like, so I might mistrust the people that lead us.
You could go up and say, I want to know what happened to my good friend. Or not. You're right. They may be watching you, worried you're getting the wrong intentions.
I don't know if they do. And I need to see who I can trust or not. But since they're obviously not a fan of you,
I'm a quiet taste, like Marmite.
what's Marmite?
I don't know. I just heard someone say it sometimes and it sounded clever. I think it's a condiment they have over in Europe somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, you love it or you hate it.
Okay. Like licorice.
Maybe like licorice, yeah.
Did seem a bit dark around the edges.
Hmm. I don't really know how I'd look into that for your friend. But if I hear anything, I'll be sure to let you know. Maybe we should beat up some good. In fact, what about the guard? Do you know which guard it was?
Yes.
Maybe we could speak to him.
Her.
Her.
It is not outside the line of possibilities. Name is out of character. Not 100% sure anymore. I think it was Delilah or something like that. But well, yeah.
Well, maybe we ask things about Delilah.
Mm-hmm. It's probably the best way to start. And like I said, if we can find the people who actually did it.
Golden skin. Interesting.
Mm.
Like armor or their actual skin?
Their actual skin.
Weird.
They weren't wearing any armor. They were just wearing basic clothing.
Well, Terry, it has been a pleasure to meet you. And I'm glad we could come to this arrangement.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, well, I don't agree actually. Kind of hate it, but you know, arrangements need to be made. And one more thing before you go, or you can hang around. Like, my place is your place. You feel free to tap a beer behind the bar as long as you note what you consume, so that I can keep track of things. Other than that, my stuff is my stuff. Don't touch my stuff.
He holds his hands up defensively. So you do know about my kith. I'll keep my fingers to myself, don't worry.
Terry is opening their mouth, then decides to close it again, and will just, you know, light up another cigarette.
And yeah, Ryder is going to finish up. He will actually just pay for the beer this time. And yeah. I'll see you tomorrow, boss.
See you
And
around.
yeah, he'll walk out.
Terry will put the money in the tip jar, and will then pour themselves another beer and wait for more customers to show up. And we will end the scene there. Thank you, player, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. This was another scene for Living World of Darkness, Changeling